Hi there, good to see you. My name is Jessica and this is Sister Sister on 97.3 City FM and City TV. Today we're live across sub-Saharan Africa as well on DSTV channel 363. We're also on GoTV channel 182. Thank you so much for joining us yet again for your favorite all-female relationship talk show on radio today and of course TV. Now the show is brought to you by Vodafone, Together We Can, Kelkis Toothpaste, Happy Smiles, and Talia Rice, Always Coming Home to Love. Over the next approximately 60 minutes, we're going to be talking about relationship wahala. There's so much happening in people's relationships every single day. And well, we're that sounding board, it seems, for a lot of people out there. So stay tuned. I'll be introducing my sisters to you shortly. I'll also let you know exactly how you can be part of this conversation. Don't go anywhere. And you're welcome back. Sister Sister on City TV and City FM. So tonight I've been joined in studio by my sisters. Of course, Ceci on my right and Olivia on my left. And Claudia reaching out to us all the way from Berlin. Good to see you. Claudia, how you doing?
I'm good.
Super, super. What's new? What's happening? Don't tell me nothing.
There was something interesting. I didn't do it. But yeah, same old business as usual, just life as an adult, basically.
Do you have any regrets? Like I do, like adulthood is adulthood is so tough to do, eh? It's a trap, like we should never grow up.
Sleep all morning, sleep all afternoon, be fed in the afternoon, go out and play, come back, food is ready.
We miss that life. I completely relate. Charlie, Olivia, how are you though?
Charlie, I'm good.
Yeah. What's happening?
Just thankful, grateful, feeling tired. Weirdly, October just, like the months just keep passing by so quickly. Like I can't believe when January even started. Like October, November.
No, Christmas is here.
Yay! I love Christmas. So yeah.
But I totally agree. I felt like first
like
January was just yesterday, right? So
yeah, so just I don't know, grateful to be alive, really. Looking forward to, to life and many more. Yeah, Charlie,
making the best of it, huh?
Charlie, you have to. You're here 1 minute, the next you're not.
True.
So you might as well
True.
love everybody. Don't have any regrets, and just be you, Charlie.
Live life
Be
to the
happy.
fullest.
Yeah, with passion. Love as if there was no tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hello, Ceci. How you doing?
Hi. I've been better.
Oh, you've been better. What's going on with you? I mean, bring your topic to this show and let's discuss. Why are you hiding all the problems? Keep it to yourself.
I'll write to you anonymously.
Oh, you don't want people to know that it's you, eh?
No. I mean, it's that time where it's like you are being pulled in different directions and your energy reserve is just
running out. Yeah, everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
But if it makes you feel any better, you look amazing. You look.
Yeah, you're rocking it pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then of course there's me, without a care in the world. It's like, thank you very much for asking, ladies. Yes. All right, we will jump right in to our messages because people are waiting to hear them. Remember, there are various ways that you can contribute to the show. You can send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Maybe you have a question you'd like to submit to the show as well. Feel free to use that email. You can send a WhatsApp to 05499869996 or find us on Facebook at Sister Sister LIVE, Sister Sister Live. like our page, join our growing community. All right, so we'll go into our first message for today, and it says, "Hi sisters, I've been married to a very beautiful lady for the past 7 years, and we have a son. Initially, I loved her so much, but now it's as if the love I had for her has just disappeared. I'm trying so hard not to hurt her in any way because she loves me so much. I must confess that I get so provoked at the least thing, though I try my best to hide my anger. Sometimes, though, I let it out unknowingly." Fast forward. There's this very pretty lady. My wife is more beautiful than hair, though, and she's close to us, this lady, whom I have fallen in love with. I keep telling myself I can't do this to my beloved wife, but I keep falling deeper and deeper for this other lady. We've been intimate a few times. I've been hiding my true self in this regard for the past 4 years. Sisters, help. What do I need to do immediately? Because I'm lost. Olivia. I can hear your voice already.
Dear. I don't even know where to start from. I could either tell you to leave the lady and stop stressing her, which is your wife, and ask you to move on with life, because then you'll be doing your wife a favor. But what could happen is you think you're in love with this other lady. It's been 4 years. You claim to be falling deeper and deeper. Could you wake up one morning and not love her as well? I just feel like if you don't learn to love yourself, you can't love others the way you're meant to love others. And to think that you were married to this woman and you know that she loves you to bits, and you didn't work on solving your marital problems. You got out of love and she was annoying you, and you decided to exit emotionally. You cheated on her, and you're asking me
Cheating.
And physically.
you're
Still in the
cheating
process,
on
yeah.
her, and you're asking me what to do
immediately.
Okay. So, okay. I don't think bashing you will make a difference. I just think that when it comes to relationships, there's a life cycle, like I always say. But you need to be intentional about keeping the love going. I always use myself as an example. Hubby and I, we got married. We were going out for the longest time, built strong friendship, chemistry was there, amazing stuff happening. Firstborn, the girl pops out. So this is us, so squishy, traveling here, doing this, doing there, all together, very close. You know, we sleep together on the same bed, mushy. My daughter comes and then bam, you are breastfeeding. And you know, you share the same bed, you start breastfeeding. First and foremost, your nipples are sore. You are sore. You're breastfeeding. He no longer lies on the same bed. He either lies here. If he wants to cuddle, the baby needs to be on this side, and he needs to spoon you from behind. And also talking about intimacy. When you're breastfeeding, intimacy, like a lot of things happen. Like and as women, your body never goes back to the way it was. And then child 2 comes along, and child 1 is here, the latest baby is here, the other one too wants your attention.
Fighting.
And what happens to your husband? So I'm just saying that there's ups and downs, and there's things in marriage that makes you feel as though you're no longer in love. You're chasing school fees. You're ensuring that the house is clean. Your husband, even though he's there for you, my husband is there for me. He's helping me with house chores. He's helping me. Somebody's cleaning bathrooms. Somebody's helping with homework. Somebody's doing this. Somebody's doing that. It's like, for a minute, it's like, yo, what's up with that?
You could get lost in it really quickly.
You could literally get lost in it. So we've had to be intentional about certain intimacy moments whereby we look forward to it, and it's amazing how children decide when you guys shag each other.
Pretty much.
It's crazy. It's like they know when I'm not safe, right? Oh,
Don't know.
when
Never be around.
or when I'm not safe, or no, when I'm not safe. No, what was it?
When you're not safe, they're never around.
They're never around. When I'm safe, and we have planned.
They want to sleep with mommy's
They want to
bed.
sleep early, and they want to mommy and daddy and this, and it's like, are you kidding me? By the time you realize you're both asleep, Keziah is here, Zephaniah is here, and go to your room. Are you sleeping? What am I supposed to be doing? Like, but all I'm saying is that whenever, and to be honest, like, truth be told, I will be as blunt as I can. We can go as long as a month not having that intimacy moment, and that intimate moment is very precious. That's what bonds us together. That's what makes us sort of, hey, do I still feel the way I feel towards you intimately? That's what brings us together. So it's very vital. So once we schedule that time, like I was saying,
No interruptions.
I make sure we enjoy the moments, so that, so afterwards we all look at each other and it's like, I love you, and then you love me. I know that you're there for me, and I know. Wake up in the morning, do the wahala. Find a moment, a quick moment, just before you wake up, look at him in the eyes and say, good morning. Like, during the day, like the last time I was like, oh, I'm looking for this, I can't find it. Immediately he finds it for me, and I quickly do what? In the morning we are rushing, I quickly give him a kiss on the lip. He wasn't expecting it, but immediately it assures him that I'm there for him, or he loves me. And during the day, he sends a text message. All I'm saying is that you need to be extra intentional to keep your love going in every relationship and in marriage, because the longer it gets, the more difficult it is. Date your wife, spend time with her. Women here, if you are there for us, look at me, like, I've known him for the longest time, but I always want to look good because he loves me. Like, I always want to, like, I also need to do my part as a wife to still look attractive, to still make him know that, yo, Chale Masa, if you do your things, then I'm still on the market. Hello. He should be able to look at me and go like, that's my wife. He should be able to show me off. So it's like hand go, hand come. You can't sit there and say that you woke up and then you're not in love with your wife, so you're in for the next girl who hasn't had any kids. And when women, we have kids, our body changes. It's not our fault. So when you see the next girl who is attractive, whose boobs are standing, are perky, and her curves are in shape, and her belly is in shape, how many years down the line, actually, after she has 2 kids, would you still feel the same way about her? And for how long is this cycle going to go on? For how long are you going to get young women's emotions, hearts, and children even involved in your messy situation? I think you need to sit back, reflect, and know that you as a man, you are the problem. You need to work on yourself. Know what it means to love yourself, to be able to love somebody and treat somebody right. Your wife should not be treated like that. I mean, shame on you.
Okay.
Oh. I wasn't expecting
She gave
that.
solid advice there. She ended with shame on you. But yeah, cool. So what do you think, Ceci?
Olivia has said everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, you see, the moment you decided to look for solutions outside of your marriage, that was where the problem began. You see, you don't live with this woman as your wife. You don't have kids with this woman. So you see things from a different perspective. She's not the last thing you see when you go to bed. She's not the first thing you see when you wake up, because that thing takes its toll. Like, you see everything, like everything.
Raw state.
Yeah, you see. But for her, you guys will step out, maybe from work, you go and meet her, you guys will step out, she's all polished, all dressed up, all pink, and she's looking her best. So I don't know what you mean by what you can do immediately, but for me, it sounds like you want like a quick fix solution. And this is not a quick fix. You've been in this marriage for 7 years, and you've met this woman for how long? 4 years. So there's a lot of history for you to fall back on. and find the reason why you went in for your wife in the first place. I won't say that it's possible for you to work things out, but everything depends on you. You shouldn't have sought for solutions outside of your marriage. You should have tried and tapped into whatever it is that you guys had before, whatever she meant to you before, because from the beginning you were like, oh, you loved her and you can't do this to your beloved wife. I think right now you are in denial. It's like you're trying to...
He's already been doing it for 4 years.
You're trying to sound like, yeah, you care about her, you don't want to hurt her, but you are still doing the thing. And you didn't just wake up one day and fall out of love. You didn't just wake up one day and start being angered by her actions. It started small. You tried to suppress it, suppress. And at some point, it's like you let it out unknowingly, like you just said. So which means at this point, it's like right now, you don't even care about how she feels, about the way you lash out at her and all that. So a lot of water under the bridge as far as that is concerned. It is doable, but it is still very, very dependent on you. That is if you want to work things out. You telling us that this woman is more beautiful than your wife, blah, blah, blah.
No, your wife is more beautiful.
Sorry, your wife is more beautiful, trying to assure yourself, like, I mean, what did that even do for the situation?
You still went in for the
You
other
still
one.
went in for her. So, yeah, we get that. So, but then stop blowing smoke up, wherever. Yeah, it's not necessary. Right now, if you need to work, you see, you need to have a root cause mindset to the solution. It's like you want to attack the symptoms. Have a root cause mindset. Go down below. Go to the root of the issue, where you started feeling some way towards her, where you started feeling angered by the little things that she does. Because the thing is, when you're married, there are a lot of things that can anger you, and you're like, you see. So, like I said, you see everything in its raw state. There are a lot of things that can annoy you, but you need a lot of tolerance. And 7 years into the marriage, this is the problem that you are having. You're already outside being with another woman and all that, and you want immediate solutions. No, you can't get immediate solutions. I'm sorry. I don't have that for you. But you need to fall back. If you want to really, really solve this, then it's either you go back and find out why you are with her in the first place and work things out with her. Leave this woman out of the equation. Or you let her go so that you can have your peace of mind, and she can also have a peace of mind. She'll be hurt, but she'll thank you later.
Yeah. Claudia.
This is a difficult one.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to drift into the physical appearance, but then he made it a point to remind us that his wife is more beautiful. So then I suspect it's not just about the beauty. And he hasn't gotten to the root cause of the problem. Like, people fall out of love all the time. Every time, and especially in marriage, where you're seeing the same person 24/7 in your business, people fall out of love all the time. So there's that part of me that is saying, okay, you've been doing this, you've been experimenting these two women for 4 years. By now, you should know what you want. Unless you just enjoy being in the middle and enjoying the benefits of the two worlds, and convincing yourself that you're a good person who can't make a decision. Because if we go by all the marks and the standards, you've been a bad husband to a very loving woman. And then you get up and then you console yourself. Oh, I want to leave, but I can't leave. What practical steps are you taking to leave this woman? Because for me, saying sorry without action is just pretense. It's just consolation. It's just trying to make yourself good. So if indeed you want your marriage to work, you know what you have to do. You know you have to leave this woman to concentrate on your wife. But somehow I suspect that you didn't even bother taking time to find out why you don't love your wife. So asking us what you should do immediately, that's the first thing I'll tell you to do. To sit down and find out, what is it about my wife that changed? Because for me, I keep saying love is conditional. We can lie to ourselves that there's unconditional love, but it's unrealistic. So the things that she did or the things about her that made you fall in love, and whatever change that made you fall out of love, you have to sit and ask for yourself, that thing that is lost, that is making me fall out of love, is it repairable? Can I fix it? If you can't fix it, leave her alone, because she also deserves to be happy. So it's a decision and an evaluation that you have to make yourself. You can't keep enjoying the best of both worlds and making yourself feel good that you can't do that to your wife, because you are still doing it. So as a first step, like Ceci said, do a root cause, find out what changed, because there's always a reason. It's because you've not taken time to reflect and dig deep and maybe even talk to someone, a counselor who has been doing this job for years, has spoken to different couples at different points in their marriage, and try to pick things out, try to walk yourself back to where it's all changed and how this woman even came in the first place, and how you've been able to keep a secret partner for 4 good years without your wife knowing. Your marriage is patchy because you've been able to make time, you've been able to sneak around for 4 years. So at that point, you were prioritizing this other woman ahead of your wife. So are you sure you still want to be with your wife? Let's just say it's repairable. What happens to this other woman? Are you sure you can break up with her? And on the other hand, do you even see a future with her at all? Or she's just a temporary fix to a problem that you're refusing to solve? So it's an introspection and a self, trying to find out from yourself where things went wrong and picking it up from there. But immediately, you would have to remove yourself from this third woman. If indeed you want to be honest with yourself, your wife is the one that you have exchanged vows with. So telling yourself, I don't want to do that to my beloved, if honestly you mean that, then this side chick has to go. And then you have clarity of mind to assess the current marital situation that you are in. The side chicks are replaceable, but I don't think your wife is that replaceable. So let her go. Clear her, because she's the source of distraction. Once is there, you won't have a clear mind to think. You're always getting the sex, the attention outside. Your wife annoys you. There's something else, an outlet. Get her out of the picture and see how your life is. Think through and see if I can still repair this with my wife. But once she's around, you can't do a fair evaluation of the situation. So if indeed you are honest and you are not just being performative with your words, let the side chick go. And then in that clarity of mind, speak to an elder, a sensible person, a counselor, to dig through the problems. Try to walk yourself back to what changed. Was it your fault? Was it her fault? And try to work things through and see if even after the side chick leaving, things are still not working. Whatever changed, I don't think I can repair it. And then you move on. But with a side chick around, you won't have clarity of thought. Unless you just want to feel good about what is happening, leading 2 women on, and your wife sitting there thinking she has the best husband in the world. Meanwhile, she's just fooling herself. And she's not even living the best life, because even after annoying her, I don't recall you saying she changed and she became bad. So she's still believing that you are the man that she's married, or maybe you are going through something, because people go through midlife crisis and all that. So let the side chick go and then start evaluating your life. What changed? Because I believe love is conditional. So whatever made you fall in love, find out if it's repairable, if you can bring that back. If it's not, then you can be very sure, then there are no regrets. Okay, I let her go. I did the assessment. I tried to make it work. It didn't work. So now I'm leaving. Then you can start feeling good about yourself that you didn't lead her on. But at this point in time, with the side check around, you won't be doing an honest evaluation of your life.
I personally feel like he's been cheating for too long.
Yeah.
And it's like, if he wanted to do something about it, he wouldn't have done it for 4 years.
Yeah.
I personally feel so. And sometimes when you get away with something for such a long time, it becomes your normal.
It becomes normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
so I'm not sure what he wants, because he in one breath he's saying, he doesn't want to hurt his wife, yet he's made it very obvious that he's falling deeper and deeper in love with this side chick. From where I sit, it looks like there's, as Ceci said, there's a lot of water that's gone under that bridge. I personally think that he should make a choice. Do you understand? Does he still want to save his marriage? Or does he still want to pursue this new woman, who he hasn't married, by the way, and could change at any point once she gets the ring? I'm just saying.
True.
And he should get on with a decision, at the end of the day. You put yourself in that situation, so work your way out of it.
But just, don't you think that for him to say that he fell out of love with his wife because his wife annoyed him, I feel like it's
no.
he found his wife.
He didn't say that. He says he loves her so much.
He was annoyed.
But then, for some reason, his love just waned. Like you were saying, there's stages in marriage. Sometimes you're high, sometimes you're low, and sometimes, if you don't manage those stages properly, you could fall out completely. And I think that's what's happened to him. So. I don't know, man.
Make a choice.
Yeah, make a choice. Make a choice. We can't do that for you. But certainly assess both women and see who's going to be worth it. You didn't say whether you had kids or not, But
I think he has a son. That's what he said.
Okay, yeah, it says we have a son.
son.
Okay, so a child. Yeah, so I guess they also matter, There's something you definitely need to think about. Anyway, let me read a couple of comments. So Bless says, immediately he said in the first paragraph that he no longer loves his wife. I said to myself, you've given another lady your heart. Simple. Remove the strange lady from your heart and you will love your wife. You need to be disciplined. Stop sleeping around in the name of love. It's not love. It's lust and adultery. Bismarck said, what you felt for both your wife and the lady isn't love, it's infatuation. The beauty is what you are in love with. Regina says, you're the head of your home. Your wife and kids need you. So keep it as such and remember your vows at the altar, bro. Just remember that the one you have with the other lady is not love, but lust. Kukwa says, you're not lost, but rather greedy and selfish. You think you can cheat anyhow, eh? What if you have infected your wife with some STDs or STIs? Why are you men like this? Would you be happy if your wife did same? Kofi said, let's know what's actually breaking the love you have for your own wife that you've been praising. Felix says, you don't know what you want in a woman. Keep messing up and very soon you'll come here and say that you've fallen for your side chick's house help. I'm waiting for that part of the story.
So true.
Danny says, out of the 7 years, you've loved someone else for 4 years, meaning that you love or loved your wife for only 3 years. Bleda Bokodie. Kafui says, first, you need a good English tutor. Then you need a reality check. It's just sex, my brother, and it's very normal at this stage in your life and or marriage. Your eye go clear once they catch you or some serious yawa pie for your side. You've eaten small, reset yourself and move on. And if you're contemplating divorce because this neighbor is freaky, that one too does not last. Your eye go clear soon and then you'll get serious. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, there's more. Welcome back. It's Sister on City TV and City FM. Your comments are welcome. 054-998-6996. And remember, if you want to submit your question, problem to the show, you can send it via email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. A message here says, kindly address this for me. My boyfriend and I work in the same company. Actually, I was the one that approached him. Apparently, he also liked me too, and we started getting to know each other more. After some time, I asked him if he was now ready to be in a relationship, and all he said is he's getting there. We've been intimate a couple of times, but he still hasn't told me whether he loves me or not. I'm confused, Jess. I don't know whether to ask him if we're dating or not, or if he's gotten there yet. Well, I asked him once and he asked me if one person can be in a relationship. He's a good man though. He discusses issues with me and I don't want to lose him. As it stands now, I can't tell if we're in a relationship or not. Will it be okay for me to ask him if we are? That I can say he's my man? Or will I be worrying him? Or am I being too anxious? NB, we haven't seen each other at home for some time now. Help. I can't.
Sharp.
All right, Claudia, take it over.
They are not in a relationship.
Of course
Thank
not.
you.
This is friends with benefits. This is a man taking advantage of a woman, giving him girlfriend benefits, and he just going along for the ride. And I always say, if you have to ask, what are we? Then it means you are not. If you have to ask a man or a woman, what are we? It means you are not. Because when a person wants something, they tell you their intentions.
Right.
And from what you are telling us, you've tried to have this conversation and he's not having it. And I see this so many times amongst my friends here because they have this mentality that I don't want to come across as too desperate. I don't want to come across as too needy. But in the same breath, you are giving this person your all without any form of accountability, without any form of transparency. It's like you are just moving at his pace. When he says jump, you ask how high. Just because, and I also realize that they want to seem independent, like, I don't want to seem like I'm forcing him. He has to want me. But sis, he doesn't want you. He's telling you he doesn't want you. And you are sitting there trying to read mixed signals. Ask him, do you want us to date? If he says no, pack your bags and go. Don't even convince him. He's been with you long enough to know whether you are the one or you are not the one. And he has even made it clear that can one person be in a relationship? I mean, what sort of gaslighting and insulting language is that? It's so disrespectful. And you see, he's not even trying to please you. He's not trying to woo you. He's not even, some can even pretend just to keep you around. Oga has been very forthright in his coded silence and very, very, very selective communication. And he's doing just enough to keep you around. Just enough, just to keep you entertained. And you're also hanging around trying to convince him. Sis, ask him. Ask him. You're already doing things that you are not supposed to be doing. The guy already has access to your body. So what else are you afraid of?
Thank you.
What else? You've already broken all the codes, all the rules. You're already having sex. What are you shy of? What exactly are you afraid of? Like, who is he? Why is he so powerful in your life? Like, what are you afraid to lose? You already have nothing. So what are you afraid to lose? What would that conversation mean? I hate it when people try to take advantage of, because women sometimes we intentionally lose our voice because we are afraid of losing something that we don't even have in the first place. When two people want to be together, they have to agree. We are either dating with no commitments. We are just having fun. We are friends with benefits. We are dating to get to know. I feel this communication is very important in a relationship or dating stage, that from day one, day two, you establish. But it's come with this. It's like there's this whole fear around communicating your feelings, communicating your standards, especially for women. And these men just go along for the ride because after all, you are there giving him the listening ear. He's not losing anything and he's not giving anything. And you are there pressed. And when you want to have the conversation, he beats around the bush and makes you think you are being needy. Ask him. And whatever answer he gives, I'm sure he won't give you a straight answer. And that is the answer that you are looking for. That means you have to move on. If he can't tell you, I like you, I want to start a relationship, go. Unless he tells you, I want friends with benefits. And then that's a decision you have to make, if that is what will make you happy at this point in your life. But he should be honest about his intentions. And at the end of the day, it should be your decision. Whatever discussion you have, whatever he says, you have a say, you have agency, you have power. Exercise it. It is two people in there. And he was very right when he told you, can one person be in a relationship? He's a sharp guy. He's a very sharp guy. He has been at the game for long. And you see, he's playing this game where he knows a woman doesn't want it to seem like he's pressuring you. A woman doesn't want to be needy. And I see it here a lot. The men just come around. They know the game already. They don't even have the important conversations. Because for me, if it's fun, let us know from day one, hey, this is not going anywhere. So then you, even the woman, you know which part of your body or your time or your resources to commit, because you know it's not going anywhere. But this guy is just there. Ask him. Have that conversation. And I'm telling you, whatever he says, don't feel pressured to stay. If he tell you want a relationship, you have determined for yourself that it's a relationship that you want. Don't go into that conversation feeling that if he leaves, you are going to die. You won't die. Move on if he doesn't tell you what you want to hear. And from the text, what you want to hear is you want to be with him. If he's not ready, he's not going to be ready today or tomorrow. So you have to decide. If he tells you I'm ready in 2 years' time, ask yourself, are you living a fulfilled life? Are you going to live a fulfilled life for the rest of the 2 years? And if he says, I want friends with benefits, ask yourself, is this friends with benefits going to help me achieve the objectives I want to achieve at this point in my life? It's about you. So ask him, but whatever he tells you, the final decision is yours. And it has to be in line with your happiness. Not because he's going to leave you. Men will always come and go, but the choice is ultimately yours.
Well said. Ceci.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the angle of the fact that you both work in the same company. So having or not having this conversation with him will take its toll, whether you like it or not, because you work in the same company, you see him every day. And if you allow him to lead you on, and then it gets to a point where you have broken heart, and then you are not able to concentrate at work, especially because every minute you see him at canteen. You understand? So it's really, really important that you have that conversation with him. And I agree with Claudia when she says that you have nothing to lose because already you guys are being intimate. If a guy wants you, you will know.
Straight up. Yeah.
It's very obvious. Guys are jealous. They wouldn't want to share you. You will know. It will be so obvious. You don't even have to ask. Although some of the things are obvious, but you still have to have that conversation just so you guys are on the same page. And this one that he's throwing shades like, can one person be in a relationship, should let you know that, sweetheart,
I don't even understand
there is nothing.
What does it mean?
Like, I was really confused.
Yeah, what does it mean?
That was like a subtle jab.
Are you willing to be on your own in this relationship?
That was like a subtle jab. So it should let you. It's like you are so much into this guy that you are not reading the signals properly. Okay, other than that, you wouldn't even have to write to the show because it will be so obvious that a guy doesn't want you the way you want him. That is what we call unrequited love. Yeah. So that is what it is. But just so you are sure, because I don't want a situation whereby you are so invested. Then now, when you finally decide to ask him, what are we? Then he tells you that.
Nothing. They're broken hearts. And you curse him for years.
Sis, no, don't do that
Crazy,
to yourself. You see, I'm emphasizing on the fact that, I'm hitting on the point that you guys work in the same environment. You wouldn't know how bad it is until things are not okay between the two of you. Before you know that, Charlie, when you come to work, you need to, if you hear that he's in the canteen, you don't want to go and eat until he leaves the canteen or something. You see, it will mess up everything. It would affect your performance at work. It will affect a whole lot. Even the way, because I'm sure that because you like this guy, the ones that even like you at work, you are not even giving them attention. because you are so invested in this person. And do they live together? Do they live together?
She did say
she's-
something like, we haven't seen each other at home
At
for a while.
home.
I think maybe they visit each other at home beyond work.
Okay. So this guy is in for the ride. That I'm sure of. And he's doing the standard just to keep you around. And he's winning.
Yes.
He's winning at it. He doesn't even have to tell you that I love you for you to give in your all, because you are throwing in 101%. So please, you need to ask him. You need to ask him. It's very, very important. Before it goes any further, ask him. So that whatever, definitely you'll be broken somewhere. So that a stitch in time. Yes.
Yes.
So that you understand.
Yeah.
You know,
lashes down for you, collect it now.
bite the
Oh,
bullet
Charlie.
right now.
Right.
Because it's going to be maybe it's going to be a shot to the arm, but not something that is going to hit you in the head and finish you once and for all. So I beg, you need to have that conversation with him. You are already doing things, so this should not be difficult.
Just ask.
It shouldn't be difficult. So
Olivia,
ask
you
him.
agree? Ask.
Yeah, totally, and get it over and done with. But going back to how she put her submission, from the very beginning, she just went on about, she saw the guy, she liked the guy,
Yeah.
and she approached the guy. So from day one, the guy
Never worked for it.
He never worked for it. Like, she literally fell on a silver platter for him. He didn't have to do anything. He's not committed to you verbally. He's not said that you are his and he is yours. And you dropped your knickers. You
That's the
like,
chop the
there's
thing.
nothing else. Like, yeah, left, right, and center. Like, my lady, sweetheart. Like, and you know, I always say that sex has a way of just clouding your judgment, and especially when it's really, really, really good. Charlie, women go to the psych ward because of men who've broken their hearts, because they just could not get emotionally detached. And like I always say, sex is not just sex. There's more to sex than just the act. You get your souls intertwined with all sorts of people you don't know. Sweetheart, listen. This is what I think that you should do. You need to love yourself. Take a pen and paper. Ask yourself, my name is Adra Mansa, right? This is what I want to feel when it comes to love. This is how I want to be loved. When a man loves you, you know. They let you know they are proud of you. They want to show you off. They want to spend time with you. They want to tell you immediately that, Charlie, yo, babe, like, I have you. You are mine. You're my girlfriend. Like, I'm in this for life. Like, they defined the relationship. Sweetheart, from day one, the relationship was not defined. And I feel like as young women growing up, we need to ask ourselves what we want. The thing is, if you value yourself enough, right? That's how people perceive you. That's how people see you. How you put yourself out there. If you put yourself out there as a bin bag, everybody will just come and just dump their trash on you. Know who you are as a young woman. Know that this is who I am. I'm confident. I'm beautiful. I don't need to depend on any man. Whoever wants to come into my life must come to love me for who I am. And I don't need to be dependent on the man fully. I am perfect and whole as in who I am. Whoever comes into my life, you know, is coming to complement who I already am. You see what I mean? And until you appreciate yourself like that, it will be difficult for people to appreciate you for who you really are. And this is not love. And please, 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 this guy doesn't want you. He's not going to want you, because if he did, his tactics would be completely different. You would have known by now. For me, this is where I will just go like, yo, too late, but I will just ditch him. Because I know what I want and that's not what I'm getting. And you haven't even seen him. I mean, you're literally looking for him. It's been, I don't know how long it's been.
She didn't say.
You can't even find him to even have a conversation with him. So like, your relationship status is not defined. Now he's not even
accountability in it.
Thank you.
Out of
Thank
coverage
you.
area.
Out of coverage area. Into what Koya and Nasa will buy. This is where I will take the little dignity that I have left and just ditch him, block him. If he's looking for me at work, like if it's work related, I'll just keep it professional because I want more. I want to be loved more. Set the standards. Once you set the standards, he'll start looking at you like, hey, cheeky, it'd be like a change or what they happened.
The sex is clouding.
Don't give the sex to him. He can't just come and be in and out of your business. And
Literally.
and
In and out.
it's true. You know, so have some standards, have some self-confidence, know who you are and put yourself out there as such. And clearly, I don't think this is the kind of relationship that you want. If he thinks that he wants you, he will come back and do things the right way and fight for you. And when he's fighting for you, it's not like when you decide to block him and you are like ghosting him now, and then he starts coming and say, hey, Adjoa Monster, oh, Sally, I've missed you. So what? When he starts giving you some small words, then you fall again. No, if I were you, I won't drop my knickers ever again. I would stay away from him until he shows me that he's really serious and he wants to define the relationship. I would just move on with my life. Okay. You know, that's what I'll do, and not wait to be brokenhearted. And then, like Ceci said, then when you see him, you don't know where to go, and then everybody will hear. Like, own the relationship, define, like, get your girl power back, sweetheart. And then when you move on in the next relationship, please don't sleep with them. Let them define the relationship. Let them love you for who you are, and you will know it. You will feel it. This is definitely not it.
Yes, and for all you know, she's already the laughing stock in the office. The office people have read the dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that she's afraid to lose, people have already read, and you're already the backs of jokes and gossip.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
I don't see what you're losing here. It's hard, but it's so common now.
Yes. Yeah.
People don't define anything, they just go with the wind, and it's
And it's funny how she defines him as a good man.
Yeah, I mean,
because
see, from
I
me,
had conversations with my brother. Isn't he a good man?
For me,
with my son.
For me, her confusion is very apparent, even from, you know, the first few lines of her submission. She says, my boyfriend and I work in the same company. Then a few lines down, she says, I asked him if he's now ready to be in a relationship.
They haven't even boyfriend.
Yeah,
And he
is
says,
he your
we are
boyfriend?
getting there.
Oh, no.
We are getting there.
Yeah, is he your boyfriend? You
He's in traffic.
started by telling us he's your boyfriend, and now
She's
you're
making
asking us,
things up
like,
in
you're
her
telling
head.
us that you asked him and he said he's getting there.
He's making
You
things
know,
up in her head.
you're very confused. For me, personally, I'm going to go against what Ceci said, what Claudia said, what you're saying. I would say don't ask. Don't ask, because it's obvious. The guy doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Trust me, when you ask, you give him an opportunity to lie to you and string you along.
Yeah.
There's some guys who won't even, they'll never come clean and say, I don't like you, because he doesn't want to hurt you, he doesn't want to be the bad person. And a lot of guys will never ever break up with you. They'll rather just disappear and let you take your decision.
Yeah, read in between the
Or
lines.
string you along. So I would say, don't ask. It's so obvious to all of us here on this panel today that the guy does not love you.
True.
That's your confirmation there. Move on. Find yourself some guy who's going to be worth your time. And go for him.
Maybe by asking, she
Yeah.
can get some closure.
That's why I said she
it.
should leave him
Forget it.
first.
Closure
She
for
should-
what?
No, she doesn't need that.
Closure for what?
She should just
Closure
leave him.
is
Closure
calm.
for anything.
There's no closure. She can open her window
Forget about
now.
it, man.
Yeah.
You don't need closure. This guy does not love you. And it's clear in everything you've sent us. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Sister on City TV and City FM. WhatsApp number 0549986996. You can send an email as well to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Here is perhaps our last message for the evening. Says, hi sisters, if this really isn't really my issue. My landlady has been very nice to me since I moved into that house 2 years ago. I recently realized that her husband has started cheating on her. I don't know if I should tell her. It breaks my heart that he's doing this to her. Should I inform her anonymously or mind my business? And this is from a sad tenant. All right. Ceci, what do you think? Do fear some and I say
This is tricky.
yeah.
This is tricky. Why? Because she is no relative of yours. She's your landlady. So it's a bit dicey. If it were me, I would mind my business. And I say, I can drop some hints for her to find out on her own, but not to go full on tell her that your husband is cheating. I don't know. I think it's a bit tricky because you are a tenant in that house. Unless, of course, maybe you are willing to lose your tenancy for it.
Why will this person lose their tenancy? Because you're
Well,
actually helping her.
I get that. But you see, you don't know what kind of marriage they have. You don't know what kind of discussions they've had. You don't know what kind of issues she has had to deal with. Probably there's some issues that are even more serious than this cheating issue. Maybe she even knows about it. That's why I'm saying that he should tread cautiously because it's dicey.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Just tread cautiously. But I'd say, Charlie, you just mind your business.
Yeah, I'll tell.
You tell.
I do. I'll say that. Oh, I know you say that. Even before you say that. Let's go.
How would you do it? How would you do that?
Olivia, she'll tell, pa.
See,
Didn't come here to play.
this is what I'll do, right? Because I don't want to. I'll tell, but I won't tell. I'll take somebody's phone and do a video and send her the video
A video
of her husband in action. Also, even the sound bites where she can hear it, and then I'll send the message. I'll use a different phone number to send the madam the message. So when madam sees that her husband is, cheating on her, and then you hear, hey, what did you do? At least you can sleep. And then when you also don't hear that madam didn't react to it, it means that madam the only send you couldn't hear sound. Then you like, okay, you tell, but she doesn't know you told. I mean, that's really nice.
That's what I'm saying. That you can drop hints, but not go full on.
but why not though?
When you drop the hints, it's like you see, Obia warrior semdie, men found whom shemana
But
men.
is that actually good advice?
That's not really good advice. It depends on where you are at. Like if the person was your relative or your very good friend, that Charlie, you can see that your friend's husband is really cheating and like you can't bring yourself. Even that, sometimes when the husband and wife patch things, you always end up being the third party. So in this clear case, because you don't have any direct relationship with her, it's convenient to film because it's worrying your conscience and you can't deal with it. It's convenient. This is what I think. Convenient to just have it filmed, send it to her, nice WhatsApp message.
Yeah,
She
should
should
have film like that doing it outside.
Hey, oh no, but you can put the phone somewhere. When
How did you know?
When two people are busy at it and they're really concentrating,
They
think
don't
they are
look
worried.
anywhere.
They don't look anywhere. They are looking at, and plus the husband too is stealing it fast, so that nobody will come and catch them. So Charlie, just get the video and forward to her. Whatever she decides to do with it, I think it's her
headache.
business.
Claudia, you have the final word.
The sound went funny over there, but I want to use something that happened to me. When we were in tech, a friend's boyfriend was cheating. I went to tell her. She went to confront the guy. In tears, came back upstairs and told me that the guy says he doesn't want to talk to me again because I'm trying to break them up. At that point in time, I was the enemy. Young lady, mind your business. If you feel pressed to still do it, get, like Olivia said, get evidence and send it anonymously. But don't go and show your face to give that evidence. Because when women are in love, the analytical, when people are in love, the way they analyze things is different. That thing my friend did today, it still hurts me. She had just one conversation with the guy. She came back and told me the guy says he shouldn't talk to me again because I want to break them up.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I saw it with my two
So she never
eyes.
spoke to you again till date?
No, she was relating to me, but when the guy comes to the room, he doesn't talk to me. And she was okay with the way the guy was treating me. The two of them were doing lovey-dovey in the room.
You are the
They have narrowed you. I remember.
Third person in my own room. Madam, don't go and show your face and do oversat. If you feel pressed, do it anonymously in a way that it can't be traced to you, never ever. Because you don't know what is like, you don't know what is going on between the two of them. And you'll be the third person in that house. The two of them can actually come together against you. And you won't even enjoy your stay in that house. You will leave yourself. So if you feel pressed, mind your business. But if you still want to be the socially responsible tenant for concern, so it's sad tenants. If you still want to be do it anonymously and be sure that it will never come back to you.
All right. Well, yeah, I think Charlie and anonymous, you know.
What do you do?
No, that's it, you know.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you don't trust me, eh? You think I'll say it, eh? Hey, madam, no, I actually like to mind my own business, you know, and hope that they find out. Or maybe I'll just set them up. I'll set it up in such a way that I know what time they're, say, cheating. And I'll make sure that the landlady comes and sees for herself some way, somehow, without... so we'll both be surprised, like, hey, is this what you're doing? Yeah, that's how I operate. Anyway, we'll end it here, ladies. It's been good. Thank you so much for your time. And of course, to you who watches us every single week and listens to us on radio as well, really appreciate your audience. The show's brought to you by Vodafone, Together We Can, Kids Toothpaste, Happy Smiles, and Talia Rice, always coming home to love. My name is Jessica. Thanks for watching and listening. Good night for now.